Hey guys, it's now past 3 a.m. because we saw the midnight what do you wake up, please? We saw the midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises on opening weekend. And what do you think, real quick?
We're professionals.
I'm sleepy, sorry.
What do you think of the movie so far, guys?
I love Batman. Every 15 minutes he was in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. The movie was like the adventures of Commissioner Gordon, Bane, and the cop guy.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it, guys.
It's spoiler, we're not gonna
Cop guy. Dude, he was in every trailer. It's not a spoiler.
We're
gonna air this like a week later to give you enough
It's like Batman and the cop.
I honestly thought he was Bane because they kept showing him every 30 seconds. I was like, is he actually Bane without the mask? Is that what he looks like? The mask must make him buffer.
I'm very excited with the movie, but that ass on that girl was pretty hot, especially when she bent over.
You mean Anne Hathaway?
Hey,
Watch
the
it go.
Catwoman.
Catwoman.
She was that was a good ass.
On a motorcycle.
Over here. If you ever want to see Catwoman's boobs, watch Brokeback Mountain. Trust me, they're in there.
Oh.
They're they're kind of disturbing looking, I'll admit that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just wish, I guess Batman was more in it, but, you know, I mean, most of the movie was about him coming back and then him getting his ass beat and him trying to come back again, so it was...
The only thing I didn't like about Catwoman was those cheap cat ears. They looked like they were bought at a house.
In a way, it wasn't actually a costume. She was just a cat burglar, so she didn't know it was official.
Those were basically her lens to cover herself. Her goggles that made them pointy.
Hey,
yeah, but if you just take a picture of it, it does look like...
voice was kind of stupid.
Catwoman needs a tail! That's all I've got to say.
Okay.
No, but that ass would have covered it, though.
Who thinks that...
She already has a tail in that whole scene with the motorcycle.
Who thinks that Bane's voice sounded stupid? With the...
I thought his accent was very weird in the very beginning.
I think it made him a lot more like... I don't know. I think it sounded... It was a nice contradiction whenever Batman's talking in there. It's like... He sounds like he should be doing books, like audio books, like.
Yeah, I didn't really like the voice.
Because in the opening when he first
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater.
I'm like, what? That's the voice that gave Bane? I mean, he looks so dangerous and menacing in that voice.
Hey, you know what? Contradiction with Batman, contradiction with Bane.
Yeah.
Like I said, it sounds like he should be like, welcome to Masterpiece Theater. Today we will be using Masterpiece Theater.
Gotham so good.
I have to say, I'm pretty impressed how well the Catwoman was portrayed in this movie.
That's the only. It's like, okay, Bane, that voice, Batman, was he in it? And Catwoman, that ass. That's the
But that can also kick ass at the same time.
But Blade had the muscles.
There is one thing, that girl that was with Catwoman, who the hell was she?
Her lesbian lover.
Her partner, that she kind of steals stuff as well. But she also did a little feeling. But she did a little feeling that you guys didn't notice, right?
I noticed.
Okay.
Yeah, so
anyways, guys, we'll give a more in-depth review later on. But yeah,
I need a snooze.
that's our thoughts. This is Mark Rodriguez and
Pikachika and
Lan Moore, and I say it's a
and Johnny the cameraman.
from behind you. Maybe like turn it to see your face there. Alright. There you go. There you are. So anyways, guys, see you later.
professionals.
Yeah. Now to sleep. We have work tomorrow.
I'm Batman!
I'm Superman.
Hi guys, it's Mark Rodriguez.
Johnny Rodriguez.
And Mark and Johnny at the movies. Now today we're going to talk about the famous movie, The Dark Knight Rises, which you saw at the midnight release. But first, let's take a little time out real quick to say that our hearts go out to those unfortunate people that were at the Colorado theater also watching The Dark Knight Rises, the midnight release, and were gunned down by this crazy bastard that just, it's a mental, he's just crazy. No reason to do it. It was stupid, it was random, it's an asshole. It's kind of scary actually, because it could have been anybody. I mean, that could have been me, him, could have been you, because, I mean, those people do not deserve to die. Those are innocent people that, like any one of us, were excited to watch the biggest movie, you know, waited for the summer. They probably even bought their tickets like online before and all that. They didn't deserve that. We hope those innocent people, you know, go to heaven. If you're religious, you know, I hope you go to heaven because they're innocent people. They do not deserve that to happen. And let's hope that we don't have things like that ever again. And I hope that bastard gets what he deserves for that.
And well, this also brings the question, like, wow, like there's just no safety anymore, because the theater is the place you would least expect for something like that to happen.
But anyways, yeah. Okay, so anyways, okay, wow, real issue here, interrupting the thing. But anyways, here's a review of The Dark Knight Rises that we saw in the movie. Okay, now this movie is kind of different than you expect from both a superhero movie and a Batman movie in general. It's very different. The tone changed a lot compared to the last movie. This movie takes place 8 years after The Dark Knight, and Gotham City is now safe because thanks to everyone believing in Harvey Dent and everything, they didn't know about the Two-Face thing. All the crooks are tied up in jail and everything, and Gotham is safe. So Gotham's safe. There's no need for Batman anymore, so Bruce Wayne's retired, he's not training anymore, and since Rachel died, and that was the love of his life and all that stuff, Bruce doesn't have a reason to live anymore. He's just in his house, he's a recluse, he's not training, he's walking with a cane, I guess, from all the damage he got in the other movies. He's got nothing to do. So part of this movie is that when Bane enters the picture, can he get himself in shape and everything to be Batman one last time? Almost suicidal because how dangerous Bane is. And then, as you know from the comics, Bane beats the living crap out of Batman and breaks his back. So now we have to see, can Bruce Wayne overcome this, and can he get back in shape to be Batman and fix his back and all that shit for the final time, and stop Bane from destroying Gotham and turning it into hell. Because basically in this movie, Bane closes off civilization from Gotham, and it becomes a hellhole of a place of just complete chaos and anarchy, where even the millionaire people are in the streets scrambling for whatever they can find, and all the cops are trapped underground, and it just, wow. Even the president is like checking that out. And that's like, the Joker did shit in the first movie, but, Gotham. This is like worldwide news. That, wow, that was awesome. So anyways, let's talk about some of the things here. First of all, we got Christian Bale as Batman Bruce Wayne. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that, this time, because of the storyline, I suppose, the actor looks way older than the Bruce Wayne we're used to, and it's just kind of sad seeing him just in a walking stick. It's kind of depressing, actually. And seeing him, defeated in a way. He's just not, he feels like he's just like this useless person, has no purpose in life. He doesn't want to be Batman. His art is usually pretty much like a cover-up anyway, so it's not like he's really enjoying his Playboy lifestyle anyway. So it's kind of depressing in a way, seeing him like that.
Yeah, I think he did a good.
But I did like the character, because it does, raises those type of questions when stuff like that actually happened in real life, right? Like, when everything went well and then everything started to, deteriorate. So.
Okay, and then we have Anna Hathaway as Catwoman in this movie. Catwoman is basically a master thief, which is good because Batman Returns, that was one thing that they left out. Because Catwoman, at her core character, she's supposed to be a master thief. She's supposed to be super smart and can break into places no one can break into, and even crack safes that are uncrackable. That's what she is. And she's not really so much a good guy or a bad guy. She's just doing what she has to survive. And in this particular movie, she's working with this other guy that's also hiring Bane. And she's doing it so she could gain a file or something that can erase all her history, because she wants to, she wants to be a good guy now. I guess she wants to live her life, but she can't. She has like a criminal record like this fat, right? So she wants to erase her stuff. And I think she did a very good role. She did a good role as Catwoman, because she basically was like Catwoman in the comics. She was more like what she really was. Cause
I don't think they never mentioned her name Catwoman at all.
No, they never. They wanted to avoid that. They just said the cats. Like in newspaper, see the words, the cat struck again, the burglar, cat burglar, whatever. But at least they did mention that she's Selena Kyle. Yeah, because Batman Returns, girl gets shoved out the window, she dies, the cats lick her back to life, and she's a crazy girl that revenge. I know she was hot back then, and who didn't want to shag it up with Michelle Pfeiffer back in her prime, and all that stuff, but it really wasn't like the Catwoman like in the comics. This version of her really did play like, it was really like straight out of how Catwoman acts in the comics. Her basic character, how she's supposed to act, Yeah,
well, what I think about her portraying as Catwoman is that I was like amazed, I was surprised, because there was a lot of skeptics because of her, because of course, She had always played like the good girl in all her other films, and then she herself has a very slender figure. So we're pretty surprised how good in shape she got for this film, and then she actually filled up the costume quite nicely. Pikachika knows more details about that one.
And of course she got to kick ass. People were wondering about, well, yeah, she can look whatever, but can she kick ass? Yeah, she did. She had some good fight scenes.
Yeah, and that's another good thing about this version of Catwoman. This Catwoman can actually kick ass, and she goes way beyond the whole just being like a sexy cat burglar that has the hots for Batman. I mean, they really went more in depth with Catwoman, so I'm pretty pleased on how they portrayed her in this movie.
Okay. Now for the main villain, Bane. Well, what can I say? I never liked his design that much. When I first saw like the designs in the movies, I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be Bane. And he has like the weird mask thing. In this version of Bane, the mask thing is kind of like a Darth Vader thing, where his voice gets altered from, I guess, whatever his real voice might sound like, and he can't breathe without it or whatever. And well, I don't know. It's a weird thing. I mean, okay, the voice is horrible. That's one thing. The voice is bad. I mean, and there are times you couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying. I know Batman had to whatever, but at least this time it was clearer to understand. But Bane, there were some times you couldn't understand. And the first time he was in the helicopter and he was pretending to be captured, the guy's like, oh, so you were meant to be captured on purpose as part of your plan. Like, of course! It sounded so like, wow. I was like, that's not the voice they're going to use for Bane, are they?
Like really, like when Darth Vader talks with his weird masking on, it's still a badass voice. And this voice just doesn't really convince us. I don't think a lot of people like Bane's voice, to be honest.
Yeah. But one thing I do have to say, that despite the fact that Bane wasn't like super huge or whatever like in the comics, he was still pretty buff, he was still pretty muscular, and the part that I liked the most, well, first of all, the first fight with Batman and Bane, yes, he does break his back, just like in the comics, and that's hardcore right there. I didn't know they were gonna do that. I didn't think, because you know it takes time and months to recover from something like that. Well, at least in the comic book world, because the real world, you're paradise for life already. But I didn't know they were going to do that, and yeah, the movie actually went that far, so yeah, you know. But the thing is, I liked the most was in the final fight where Batman and Bane fought, you know, the rematch. I mean, damn, there's this scene where Batman's trapped up against the wall, and Bane just, and I'm like, holy fucking, I mean, you feel the power and the punches, you know that Batman's getting fucked up. You're saying, that's Bane. And then Batman gets out of the way, and he's still like, bam, bam, breaking the fucking stone pillars with his bare fists. That's like hardcore shit, man. That's like, you don't want that happening to you. That's the part that made me think like, fuck, man, he pulled it off. He pulled it off.
Well, not only that, but what I like about Bane, I know a lot of people are going to rant about his costume, but really, with all the shit he did to Gotham City, sending his group to basically commit this whole anarchy to the entire city of Gotham, it's like, wow, don't mess with Bane. It's like, it doesn't matter what the hell clothing he's wearing, don't mess with that guy. Just look at what he's capable of doing to just one city. I mean, wow.
He, like we said before, he basically closed off the city from all civilization. There was even the threat that there's a nuclear bomb there, and if anyone leaves the city, the bomb will blow up and kill everybody. So everyone was just trapped there, and it was for months. It wasn't like for a day or two. No, they were stuck there for like months and months and everything before Batman finally came back and everything. So another thing about this movie is how, like, it deals a lot with how Commissioner Gordon and this super cop Blake does these things, like, to save the city, because it's like a big citywide thing. So we see like how the cops do it, how the people do it, how everyone's helping out. But it is kind of weird. I mean, I know what they're going for with the city having to stand up for itself and all that kind of stuff, but it does feel kind of weird because, I mean, you watch a Batman movie to see Batman, you know, you don't see like the Avengers movie to see all the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents beat up the aliens and Captain America just comes out in the last minute or whatever. So it does feel kind of weird. I mean, it does feel realistic in a certain way. It does feel like it's something that's bigger in Batman, but basically speaking, if Batman, well, all he did was fly around in his flying Batmobile and help out and stuff a bit, but it did kind of look more like, I don't know, if the script was written a little differently, Commissioner Gordon and Blake and them could have solved the problem themselves. It's kind of weird. It looks like, oh wait, we're making a Batman movie. Yeah, we better put them back in there. You know.
Yeah, I just felt kind of like that, and yeah, Batman should have come out a little more.
Yeah. So the other question we're gonna do is that this is the end of the trilogy. So does it feel like a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy of Chris Nolan's Batman. And yeah, I think it does. I mean, it's a good ending. It ties up lots of loose ends and everything. All the things are tied up and everything, because it does deal a lot with what happened after the first and second movie, more like the first movie though. And yeah, it's a satisfying ending, and you really see that Bruce Wayne has to, just retire and live his normal life. Because most of the deal about this movie was, what is Bruce Wayne going to do with the rest of his life, basically speaking. So now, now he finally has a bit of a happy ending, so to speak, and Batman's already gone, because he's already out of shape. This whole movie kind of shows the thing that he's already old, out of shape, kind of like those Rocky movies, like trying to see if he could be Batman one last time. But yeah, this is basically it,
Well, yeah, I would have to say that it is a good conclusion to the entire Batman franchise, and the only thing that's kind of bad is that Chris Nolan's take on Batman is pretty awesome, and it doesn't compare to any other Batman adaptation we have had before. So this director has done such a great job with him that it's kind of sad that he's kind of like letting go of the whole Batman franchise. I mean, it's kind of like, wow, it's like years later they ever make a reboot of Batman, well, even compared to the Chris Nolan's version of Batman.
Well, yeah, but they could do a bit better, because another thing that was kind of bad was the movies were realistic, like way too realistic. Like Batman Begins did a good job, but then Batman The Dark Knight, it looked so real that, like I said, the only thing that was kind of cartoony was the guy running around just like a bat, because even the Joker was just a dude with makeup. He was not like a guy that fell and his skin is white and all that stuff, And now in this movie, it really does look like a big, epic, all hell breaks loose, that it does look kind of weird that a guy just like a bat is running around helping people, like, I don't know. And like I said, it just seriously clashes where you're trying to make the movie as real as possible, and yet you have a flying Batmobile, kind of stuck up a bit much. So we're hoping that other movies, they kind of go different routes. And not only that, but, Batman is supposed to be a guy that does a lot of things, so it was always kind of weird, I felt, in the movies that they had Lucius Fox create all the stuff for Batman. Batman is supposed to create his own stuff, so we'll see how it goes in other movies. And let me see one thing. Yeah, it was also kind of weird how the Joker was not mentioned anywhere in the movie. I know it's for respect for Heath Ledger and what happened in real life, but in the movie universe, it just felt so weird, because there were a lot of callbacks to the first movie, a lot of flashbacks with Ra's al Ghul. The actor actually had a cameo in the movie. They mentioned a lot of what happened to Harvey Dent and how he was Two-Face and all that stuff, but they don't mention anything of the Joker at all. I mean, they could have mentioned that, Harvey Dent was crazy because of the Joker. They could have mentioned that, oh, Rachel died because of the Joker. They could have mentioned his name. It just felt like, it felt weird. It felt like the Joker almost didn't happen in The Dark Knight or something. The way this movie just, you don't have something that made the city go to hell and back, and then just like not mention who was the cause of it. It's almost like if we have another sequel or something, and you don't mention Bane throughout the whole movie. You just can't do that. And like I said, I do understand the real world reason why you can't do it out of respect, but within the movie, it's just weird,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the last question is, how does this compare to the other superhero blockbuster? Spider-Man, no, I'm kidding. The Avengers, which is the better movie, the Avengers or Dark Knight Rises? What do you think?
Well, in respect to Spider-Man, I still like the movie, and it's still pretty good. It's just that it's like a very good, well-deserving third place. But I would have to say that I still think the Avengers is #1 because it's more family friendly. It's more like the good mood superhero movie. Despite the bad guys, it's more like a universal film that almost anybody can watch. And Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, the movie is so dark and so depressing at times that it just kind of, I don't know, you really have to have like a strong stomach to watch some of the scenes of the movie. So just in that aspect, I would say that movie is in a very good, well-deserved second place, but I think that the Avengers is still...
Yeah, I personally also like the Avengers a bit more, because, I don't know, it's like the Avengers is like the feel-good superhero movie, and people might say whatever, but it was not I mean, it was so as realistic as possible as a superhero movie could be, you know. So it wasn't like cartoony like Batman and Robin, you know, like the Schumacher ones, you know. And this movie is, yeah, it's dark, it's depressing, like what Lan Moore says, The Dark Knight Rises, but you guys, you're going down. Like, you feel, I guess it's a mixture because it was depressing and also because it's over. You feel kind of empty, kind of like, you know, you watch the last Harry Potter movie, you watch the last Lord of the Rings movie, right? So, yeah, it's kind of downing, it's kind of depressing, it's kind of like, wow. And in a certain way, I did kind of like The Dark Knight a bit better over this one. It's just like the kind of movie that I don't see myself seeing over and over and over, you know, so it's kind of...
Yeah. And it's also sad because it's like saying that, okay, this is Batman and that's as far as it goes. I mean, there's not going to be another Batman film because this one already basically concludes.
Well, at least not the Nolan version.
The Chris Nolan version of Batman.
So anyways, guys, that's our thoughts on the movie. We hope you guys check it out. And again, we feel very bad for the victims. And we hope that nothing like this ever happens again with some other big blockbuster movie. Let's hope this is just one of those rare things.
This is not a trend. This is something that's going to... And again, there's also a racist question. It's like to say, wow, then now they're going to really have to secure those movie theaters. Because,
I know. You can't really see movie theaters nowadays. So anyways, guys, I'm Mark.
Johnny.
And this has been Mark and Johnny at the movies.